Okay, we just got a little quick tutorial here on this rack. You can see up at the top we've got a diagnostic monitor now that mimics the output of the Integra. It also has direct feeds from the DVR camera system as well as the cable box and the Media Max, so we're actually able to look at the inputs to the Integra and then the outputs as a function of selection. And the diagnostic capability is available on the handheld remote on the second page of the main screen, which is indicated by the word diagnostics. There's also the ability to go into the Integra from here and do any programming on that diagnostic page, and we've also added a software program here on the main server monitor called MX950 editor, which I'll open now. And this in fact is onboard programming for the remote control system that is characteristic of the remote in the media room. We also have networking available for all of the devices here, which is signified by this switch. The networking switch is incorporating the new Integra 50.1 amplifier system, which is down here. It's also handling networking of the Media Max Xionics server, main server, and satellite server or media deck. It is also handling the networking of the TrueH DVR, 8-channel DVR system that we recently installed. And there's a couple of ports extra available still for any further networking that may be required. That pretty much concludes the rack as it stands here in the garage. The remote control, which is this handheld universal remote, is RF'd to this location, and so therefore all of the functions are available. I'm going to go ahead and change into the Media Max server right now, so you can see the top diagnostic monitor will now switch to the HDMI throughput of the Integra 50.1, showing Fast and Furious as one of the movie selections. If I go back to movies, you can see on the screen it populates with all the movies that are currently on the server. And then the server control for the Media Max below is the VGA display that we can see below the diagnostic monitor. I'll also take the diagnostic monitor now to cameras, so you can see that the camera system is being upconverted to 1080i via an HDMI Farhouja chip inside the 50.1 Integra. And so now we have diagnostics for the camera system, and we're actually able to go to cameras, and if we pick cameras, say in the courtyard with the remote control, it automatically brings up the PTZ controller, and you can see now I'm going to actually move the camera with the remote control without having to go to the PTZ screen, which was how it was before. And when we exit that mode by hitting return, it also has the zoom capability built in, which you can see here as I'm zooming. And then when I go back to return, it automatically puts the multi-screen back on and disconnects the PTC interface. So we've got all of that automated through macro controls. And you can see up in this corner here, I've put in a high velocity, high throughput fan system, which is ported through the cabinet. I'll come around the other side so you can see the vent that I placed up there. You can see the red LEDs which show that the fan is functioning at this time, and I can actually feel the air from where I'm standing. I've got thermal measurements on every device with this cabinet initially, and then now I'm remeasuring them with the fan system, which should in fact lower the temperature significantly. Last thing to point out is on either side of the rack back up in this area where I'm pointing, there's an earthquake strap with a bushing and a screw on either side. So we'll go over to the other side of the rack here and show the same screw, which is up in this void up here. And those screws are on an earthquake bar that is actually fastened with several long threaded screws into the back of the cabinetry, and then bushings are holding this entire rack in place so it can't come forward in the event that we had an earthquake, and it's safe in case small children got here in the garage. And those screws need to be removed before the rack can roll out on the caster system. Alright, this concludes the overview of the rack in the garage. Thank you.